What is good? What is good, my good YouTube people, man? We're back for another animated Chainsaw Man chapter. And I have to say, man, this chapter was worth the wait. Whoo, man, this chapter was worth the wait. Gosh, I have to be on brand, but I have to say this chapter was truly animated. And oh boy, was animated. I generally did enjoy this chapter. And I had way more to think about this chapter more than I normally did because my computer was acting up. So the video's going to be a little bit later. But that aside, I feel like this chapter is given far more than I could ever had imagined. Cause I feel like I have a whole bunch of array of things topic I talk about. Like the first thing I truly want to talk about was kind of like Denji this chapter. I remember I saw, like, I don't know where, but someone asked, like, why doesn't Denji like seem to have like any harbor hard emotions towards like Yoro or Asa, considering like all the bad things they've done and and all the stuff they've kind of done to him inadvertently with manipulation, in which Denji most likely has figured it out at this point. And I kind of had 2 points to that. Like the first point being, well, they're hot, and the second point being, and a little bit more serious, which is kind of sad, but you know, this has been majority of Denji's experience with women. Because like if we do the count, like if you count almost all the female characters Denji's have known throughout the series, we have first being Makina, who did try to seduce him. Then was Power, who kind of did promise him Denji kind of activated that one, but some bit of there, but more, I grew up to a sister relationship. We had Himeno, who definitely tried to seduce them. Then we had Riz, shout out the movie, which was age appropriate, but at the same time, seduction on one's way. Kebani, nothing happened, good on her. Quan Chi, nothing happened, good on her. And I believe that's all of part 1 females that we saw Denji interact with, and to which I have to say we have like only 2 that didn't try to seduce him. Kinda crazy. Let's get to part 2. We have Asa, who did try to seduce him, turn into a weapon unbeknownst to him, but at the end Yoro, so that did somewhat count as seduction. Let's not forget they were planning to kill him, so yes, that would count for, like, that's 2 for 2. That's 2 for 1 special right there. And then we had the Fumiko, who 100% did try to seduce him just to keep him in the interest of public safety. So yes, majority of the people, female people that Denji met, have treated him this way. So to a point, I feel like it's just a handshake to him at this point. So I'm not too surprised by Denji's willingness to accept and try to save someone that did this to him, because, well, if a majority of people do it, then it's not you that's the problem, it's them. Now to the second part, I kind of want to have a in-depth focus on Asa. I'm not gonna lie, when Asa said she wanted to sacrifice herself for Denji, it's somewhat a part of me, but sometimes it kind of did strike me as a bit strange. And I had to think back on it, and then I kind of realized that deep down, Asa just truly wants to be a good person, or at least want to do good or right by people. Because when I think back at when she was running from the Cockroach Devil and she was trying to save Yuko, she thought back of how Chainsaw Man was brave and heroic and how he tried to save someone, and she wanted to imitate that. And that panel, that at least that memory tells me that Asa truly does want to do the right thing. It's just that she is not put in opportunities or places where the right thing seems to be like as easy for Denji, as in he can just pull a cord and then save the day. Asa's always seemed to be in a position where, like, her being a hero involves her sacrifice. That's kind of why I feel like she's such a sad character, because it always seems to like put her, like, cause she always seems to be in a place where like she has to suffer in order to do a greater good. Well, at least for this situation. And when I think about that, I can't stop thinking back to like our first chapter with Asa, when she actually did die and she wanted to live more selfishly. Yet at the end now she's like sacrificed herself yet again. It truly is like an unending circle that seems to be Asa's fate. When life comes running, Asa trips. Like, it just seems to be like her pattern or her canon event. And it truly rings sad to me. And I'm not gonna lie, I did appreciate this chapter 1. I did like the chapter at the end where Paichida just completely and totally just says, nope, I'm not working with you guys, and just completely cut everyone's head off. I'm amazed at Paichida sometimes. I truly do wonder if he's truly a devil, because like he seems to be like an angel or something, but like he truly understands the situation very well. He knows what's going on at all points, and like he always does the right thing. Like when it came to like the with the aging devil and the kids, like Paichida was like, nope, I'm not eating you so those kids can get hurt. No, I don't do that. I love kids. Give blood. And even now with this Asa situation, it truly does make you wonder, like, what is Paichida? And going on that, it goes on to my second point around Asa and the future of the series. Like, I remember, and I was part of one of the people that did this too. Like, I look back at there's many panels within the series, like that was showed before, like, and we showed Asa with like a chainsaw in her hand, and we all thought like this might be a foreshadowing for the events of like the end of the series, like with Denji and Makina, where it showed like Denji's had a chainsaw and it showed Makina's reflection in it, and towards the end of part 1 we saw how that went out. But I think the more accurate one might be the one where Denji was in his chainsaw form and he's cutting Asa's head in half with his chainsaw head. I believe that there is probably the more accurate depiction of the future than that one where Asa is holding the chainsaw. Cause like I feel like that's where it's going. Cause like remember the cake, and then Denji cut the cake. She's the cake. I truly do feel like I said, it's a two-parter. Denji always picks the best choice for him, man. Hey, is there in 2 ways? You hide from Makina or you beat Makina. Nope, I ate Makina. Like, this series is like that. I feel like Denji, man, he's a man with a pen. He always gets what he wants. Not really, but he always finds a way. And I feel like he's going to be able to cut the cake. I don't know how. I don't know how or when, but I know he's going to do it. And with that, guys, that's kind of really all I have for this chapter. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? You think is gonna be the end for Asa? I'm not so certain, but well, time could tell. But with that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's been B3, and stay animated.